Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule, stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Thursday, the 20th of October, 2022, 51 degrees Fahrenheit. Out there right now in Jacksonville, Florida. Chilly, chilly, chilly. 10 degrees Celsius. So, off to the daughters for dinner. No tutoring Thursday. Various reasons. But be that as it may, I was talking last night. I wanted a cheeseburger. I was thinking about doing a cheeseburger because who was posted one? Somebody did a short on it yesterday, and I had it in my mind. Oh, excuse me. When I got to the store, all they had was very lean meat, like 90% lean or something like that. I forget. I don't remember. And expensive. And they only had the super lean pre-made burgers. And again, expensive. So, wow. I didn't know that was legal here. I don't know if that showed up or not either. So, anyhow. So, yeah, I did not go with hamburgers last night. And I could have I've got stuff in the freezer to thaw out. And I could have done that, but I didn't. I just went with canned chili and a can of, and a jar. Come on, Doc, think. One of the instant or 3-minute packages of macaroni and cheese. I just poured the noodles right into the can of chili as it was cooking. I threw the starch and everything in. You know, the white powder that's in the bottom of that fast cooked macaroni. That's to help thicken it up. It's cornstarch or something. So between the pasta soaking up some of the juices of the chili, which is usually a little too wet for my choice, and then the cornstarch. The chili was nice and thick. So, I mean, not that I have a problem with Hormel chili even when it's thinner. I just tend to add things to make it thicker, whether that's more beef or noodles or whatever. I've done ramen noodles. I've done spaghetti noodles. Anyway, I'm going to do a little break here in a minute. I'm going to stop at Dollar Tree while I've got the extra time today and grab a couple more of those lattes to have over at the daughter's house this weekend. I'll be going over there tomorrow, and I'll be there Saturday, Sunday, and Monday mornings. I could take my coffee, make my coffee up like usual, and I may do that just as a backup. But we'll see how those lattes work. It didn't seem to bother me the other night when I took it, when I drank it at, what was it, 6 o'clock or whatever. I was still able to go to sleep 8 hours later. So, come on, don't ride right there at my bumper. Sheesh. Either slow down or speed up or whatever. Anyhow. I was browsing through Facebook today. There was an ad to take you to Amazon for a password saver. I checked it out. It's like a $12 notebook. It comes with index tabs and a pencil. I'm thinking I can go to Dollar Tree and get the same stupid thing, or nearly the same thing, for $1.25. Not to mention the fact that, like, you're told not to save your passwords. Don't write your passwords down. Don't write your passwords down. Be safe. Yeah. I've got my password saved in several spots. On my computer, I took that and put it on my phone. Some of the more important ones I had written down in my wallet, along with certain phone numbers. But I think that needs to be upgraded. I don't need to double check on that. Probably need to rewrite, because I'm pretty sure I've changed all my passwords since I put that one together. So, let's see. Of course, she took up 2 parking spaces. Well, they're seldom this busy. These people, one parked close this side, one parked close that side, and there's no room for my fat butt. Oh well, I have to walk a little bit. I'll be back out in a minute. Alrighty. Mission accomplished. And then some. I got 4 of the raspberry chocolate. And then they had vanilla. I got 2 of those. They had 2 just plain coffee. I got 2 of those. They had pumpkin spice. I said, no thanks. Not today. So, anyhow, speaking of not today, I went to a thrift store for the first time in quite a while yesterday. I didn't do any videoing. Prices are, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous what they're charging for a lot of that stuff. I was looking for like heavy shirts and what have you. They want $6 for a man's shirt. That's just plumb ridiculous for a used shirt. And then you get back into the odds and ends stuff, and like just a single piece of a pot set. There was a strainer that was all by itself. I took that up to see what they would get, what they would get for it, what they would ask for it. I was thinking $0.25 or 50 cents. They're like, no, that's $1. $1? No, I don't think so. I don't need it that bad. So, I have figured out, I think, how to do a voiceover on my editing program. I figured out how to do fast forwards, and that kind of worked. So I may go ahead and try doing videoing at some of these places that have the loud music and then doing a voiceover. So it's only taken me I don't know, way too long to figure out how to do some of this stuff. You look at some of these shorts that people put up, or the reels, and you know they're cutting and editing and pasting, and it's like young kids. Just, I don't know. It takes a while, and it's still flustering for me on my editing program, on my phone anyway. It's a little easier on the PC. To get things lined up right to the second so you can do a switch. Maybe it's just because, I don't know, I tremble a little more, my eyesight's not the best, whatever. Kids are just more used to using the electronics. I have no idea. I just need to get in and practice with it, I guess. So, anyhow. What was I talking about before I got it? Oh yeah, the password notebook. I really should break some of these down. When you go onto a new device, or you know, like the other night I was at my daughter's house and I got on their computer real quick to look for something, and I couldn't remember my password for Amazon, so I couldn't check on my package. I gave it 2 tries, and then it's like, I don't want to get locked out of all my accounts. So, anyway, I ended up going on my phone to figure out what I wanted anyhow. We are in an information age. It's crazy. I mentioned this before, and we were talking about it at my son's house the other night. My granddaughter, who's about to turn 14. Oh my God. But my dad is almost 90. When he was a kid, a young boy, they got the first television in the area, and it was a giant wooden box. It was like a 4-inch square screen in the middle of it, and they would sit around that and watch TV. The whole 2 programs that they got. 2 channels that they got, or something like that. There was only a couple of programs. Like every night there was 1 program came on or something. I don't totally remember, but anyway, Dad has gone from that to now he carries one of these. You know, a 4x6 screen that has all the information in the world. Not that you can trust everything that you pull up to not have been corrupted, but anyway, that's a different story, right? there's sites on there that claim to be, the facts, and it's just what other people write in, you know. So they decide they don't like the way that something is described, they change it. So you can't always take the top couple of sorry, traffic is stopped. Crash 1 mile ahead, left lane blocked. Okay. Traffic is backed up to here. Well, I want to get off up here, so come on, traffic, move just a little bit. If I could just get around the barrier at the bottom of the bridge here. All right. I don't want to ride on this shoulder. It's kind of nasty looking. I like my tires in one piece. We'll see how long it takes to get up here. Traffic is crawling. Oh well, ain't nothing but a saying. Check out this cute little sports car. I hope y'all can see it. Some guy just passed me on the right, which is what I was thinking about doing, but this traffic is actually moving along fairly decent in the legal lane, so we'll keep on that. Now let's see how bad they've got just backed up here. Anyhow. Pretty sure I got most stuff organized at the house that I could be away for a couple days and not have a problem. Most of my stuff caught up. The dishes are pretty much caught up. I can finish the few that I've dirtied since last night. I can finish them up tonight, and then tomorrow morning, all I need to worry about is my coffee cup. So, looks like I'm going to be sitting through several lights. Anyway. So because Tutor Thursday has been canceled today, this week, whatever. What is that? I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and do a project with the littles, all the littles, including the girl next door. So I just need to add a few more supplies. But should be good to go, I think. And then I can change it around a little bit too. I wasn't real crazy about using acrylic paint, but I should have grabbed that blue triangular bottle. Don't know what I would do with it, but it's one of them things. So I've been doing uh, a lot of alcohol burners and whatnot lately. I don't want to become boring with it. Um, Alcohol and oil lamps and stuff like that. Cold weather has me, back into that groove. You can spend big time money on an ethanol fireplace, and all it is a metal box with some sort of a wicking inside of it. You pour alcohol in and light it. So it's pretty much the same thing as a hiking stove. I mean, people, excuse me, take like a little Friskies cat food can, punch a few holes in it, and that's their alcohol stove. They take that out hiking and pour their alcohol in it and put their pot on top of it and boil some water. It's as simple as that. So, you can do that at home. I like to add a few little safety factors to it. In the past, I've done uh, like Dollar Tree bowls filled with Dollar Tree rocks and a can, and just pour the alcohol in it, or the hand sanitizer, or a mixture, or what have you. So, but there's loads of other ideas and ways to do it. So just to get them out of my head, you know, because they're sitting in there just fermenting, saying, well, do this. No, do it like this. No, do it this way. Oh, that's part of the problem. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buses sitting up here heading to the bus compound. And then there's 2 of these landscapers trucks. One is just down making the traffic light, and one is here at the other traffic light. Here comes more buses. 1, 2. 2 more buses headed to the compound. Seriously? Wrong time of day to be over here, I'll tell you what. Looks like traffic's moving a little bit better up there on the interstate, though. So maybe they got that cleaned up a little bit. Anyway. It's the same old. I was having a kind of busting on my nephew on Facebook the other night about his Starbucks addiction. Him and his brother and sister all have it, but they started out working as baristas at Starbucks. It was like their first job for all 3 of them, and they've been hooked on it ever since. And I'm sorry, breaking loose that kind of money for a cup of coffee. And I know it's not just a cup of coffee. Yeah, it's just a cup of coffee. I don't care what you add to it. You might make it a dessert coffee. It's still basically just a coffee. And they're good occasionally for a treat, but for me, Same thing with Dunkin' Donuts well, Dunkin' Donuts makes a fairly decent cup of coffee for a fairly decent price. But then you start adding all the extras to it. So, anyway, I was sort of light-naturedly ribbing him about it. I can make a cup of coffee in here while I'm driving for, I don't know, less than 50 cents. Put a 12-volt immersion heater into my coffee cup, use one of my get my butt out of traffic, get up on the curb a little bit, use one of my coffee bags and go ahead and brew up a cup of coffee. You know, splash in a little bit of honey, and I'm good to go for less than 50 cents for a big cup of coffee. Maybe that's the Yankee in me. Maybe that's just the old age in me, the frugality. I've been pretty much raised that way. Both of my grandparents were frugal. Both of them picked stuff up and reused, repurposed. So I come by that naturally. My one grandfather totally built a house out of scraps. I mean, completely. He lived in Camden, New Jersey, and had a house or had property down in Wortley Beach, which is where like Seaside Heights, Seaside Park is in New Jersey. And the foundation at the Shore House was all repurposed block, cinder block. All the wood was repurposed from homes that were being torn down or homes that were being built, and scraps left over. I can remember years later having to make a repair on like one of the walls. Can't remember if we were tearing the wall down or just patching it or what, but there were 2x4s in there. Like, it was triple wide because they had been nailed together. Like, instead of having an 8-foot board, he might have had 3 boards that were 3 foot and 5 foot, or 3 foot, 2 foot, and 2 foot, or whatever. So he would make a sandwich and overlap the joints. So instead of one 2x4 doing the job, there were actually 3 that were all joined together. So just little crazy stuff like that. But come on. So yeah, it's in the blood, I guess you could say. My other grandfather worked for the township. He grew up and lived right there on the beach, and he worked for the township. And one of his jobs, one of my dad's jobs when he was a teenager, was picking up trash. In fact, it wasn't like my grandfather wasn't employed by anybody. He had his own dump truck or his own trash truck. That's why my dad and his brother were often out there working on it. But saving dumping fees by repurposing stuff. Because people throw away crazy stuff. Even like just here recently, my daughter was in the last house that she owns, the ones she just sold. They were in a fairly affluent neighborhood. And people would advertise on Facebook, I'm putting this on the curb. There's nothing wrong with it. It's 3 years old, but we repainted the dining room, so we needed a new dining room set. Literally, go out there and there's a brand new dining room set, or 3-year-old dining room set. Might have a couple of little scratches on it or something. Brand new furniture, or whole boxes of dishes, because she changed her decor. The dishes don't match my dining room anymore, and they need to go. Yeah, I don't care if they match. I don't care if the set matches. If you come to my house and you're worried that 4 plates are one color and one's got flowers on it, well, in my case, it would probably be skulls. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Don't eat. you know? Um, but hey, there's people out there like that. And for that matter, my son-in-law is like that. Oh, I haven't used this in 3 months. I'm going to throw it away. And then 6 months later, I have to go out and buy it again because he suddenly needs that tool or box of nails or whatever. So, I don't know. People are people. And we're all different, and that's what makes the world go round, you know? I've been asked several times why I go out of my way to get gas at Sam's. Well, right now I'm saving almost 20 cents a gallon. Over 15 gallons, you know, that's a couple bucks. So that's almost a burger at Burger King. The way I look at it, if I save a couple pennies, it's better in my pocket than it is in the gas stations. Regardless of, you know, how long it actually gets to stay there, when I get to spend it on something else. So, kind of the same thing with, you know, my brother wondering why I've got so much food stacked up and still have stuff coming in. Because right now I'm buying it at the best prices I can find. Because, you know, like I said, hamburger is so expensive. I saw an advertisement the other day for the green propane bottles. And it was 4 bottles for $34 and change, $35. Excuse me. And I thought, no way. A good thing I've got 6 bottles sitting up there that I paid, I think it was 2 for six and change, 2 for $7, something like that. And at that point, I thought they were high, but I know they're going up. So, like I said, I've got at least 6 bottles. I think I've got a couple out in the van as well. And I thought I may as well see what I can do for butane, for my butane stove. I've only got, I don't know, 8 or 9 of those. So I went in to look, and they're like at $9 each. Usually it'll pick them up for like $1.50. So things are getting tight out there. Things are getting crazy. Better to have things on hand, so if you can't afford to get new, you've got it. And that's like, I won't use a butane can from my stash to refill my stove. If I've got the money to go out and buy one new, you know, without going into my stash. So, yes, $10 is expensive. Hopefully I can find it a little cheaper. But if I have it on hand, when it's even higher and I don't have the money, then that's going to be a good thing, right? Sweet, at least in my book. I guess in that way I'm kind of a prepper without being a prepper. So anyhow, I hope I've gotten all this. We are about to make the last turn, so let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. Until I see y'all again, I hope you have a fandoculous day. Watch it, y'all.